Hello, lovelies. So I am on my own today. I just recorded another video, and I mentioned in that video that Jane will probably not be with me for most of the political readings. And the reason for that is it really gets to her. It causes her a lot of anxiety with good reason. We're all in that position, and I want her to take care of her mental health. And to that end, I also want you to take care of yours. If this is too much for you, please step away. We have other videos. A good portion of our videos relate to political tarot reading, but I also have the meditation videos on the meditation playlist, and I do plan on doing some more of those in the near future, so keep an eye out on those. And if you've got ideas for what you want a meditation to look like, what you want something, a message that you want brought forward in those, let me know because I'd be glad to create something that's very specific. I'm a firm believer that if one person is in need of it, multiple people are in need of it. So, all right. This reading is about what is going to happen in March for the felon in the White House, the Starboy, and that entire administration. And I'm currently using the Trish James Stardust Shadows Tarot and Oracle deck. On one side of this is Tarot, and the other side is Oracle. I love these cards, they are so cool. And you can get those on her website, TRISHE, James, JAIMES, oracle.com, if she has them in stock. So I know that Linda G has been talking about her cards, and I will have to say I got in early and I got three different decks, and let me tell you, I love them. They're well worth the cost. All right, so let me do this reading, and then when I get through the tarot side, I'm going to flip these all over, and we're going to do the oracle reading of these. So I've said in other videos that I do um, a modified Celtic cross. So I have the center part over here, but then instead of one row, I do three. And I'll talk about that when I get there. All right. So our current environment is the Ace of Swords, and it is one of dominance. That's their goal. Crossed by deception, the moon. Lies, filthy lies. At the base of the reading is the Six of Swords. They are trying to get away with everything. Oh, look, a card that comes up in almost every single reading for the felon, death. And this is in the passing away position, which I find very interesting. Overarching energy is the Page of Cups, and that is one of being vulnerable. Energy coming to bear. I happen to like this card a lot. Queen of Wands. This is a woman who is fierce. And I feel like this is us. I feel like this is the citizens of the United States and the people around the world who are protesting with us and showing up and speaking out and not putting up with all of the current events. All right. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I am gonna move these over, keeping them in their same positions so that I can read those as oracles in a minute. So for my three rows over here, row 1 is 0 to 3, row 2 is 3 to 6, row 3 is 6 to 12. All right. At the top of this is stability, and I feel like we have a foundation of stability, but we could certainly, we'd love some more. How others see it, Queen of Coins, doing what it takes to get the job done. Our hopes and fears of the future is the Hermit, and that is being isolated. And then at the base of the 0 to 3 months is the Two of Cups, and that is alliances. What are those alliances, though? 45 and the Muskrat have allianced themselves, have connected with in the other in the other video that I just recorded, which is about the Zelensky and Trump meeting. Um, I had the song "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," and so um, the president in that Russian country, I called him the Grinch now. So anyway, I feel like is this alliance between 45 and Muskrat and the Grinch, or is this our alliances with other countries? It could go either way. It could be either one. All right. So that is the 0 to 3 month. 3 to 6 month, we're exhausted. This is the Nine of Wands. We're all exhausted. I don't think that's 3 to 6 months from now, though. I really feel like that's now. Now, what other people see from the outside is the devil. Oh, look, another card that is in almost every reading about the felon in the White House. Just when we think that we've hit the bottom of the barrel, we find that there is no bottom of the barrel. And some of I've often said that our um, law enforcement folks see the best of humanity and the worst of humanity. The felon and the Grinch and the Muskrat are the worst of humanity. Okay. Hopes and fears of the future is that we, the Eight of Cups, can walk away, that we can step away from this. I don't want to call it leadership because that's just not right. And then at the base of the 3 to 6 months is the Queen of Cups, and she's the one who's socialite. She's the one who is leading the way in the party. In the 6 to 12 month column, at the top we have the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is making a decision. It's which way are we going to go? Who's gonna pursue that? And it's up to us. Nobody's coming to rescue us. We got to do it ourselves. As others see it, the Six of Wands, um, by this point, it's well known that it's up to us. We have choices to make. Those choices, the outcomes, we know what those are going to be, what the possibilities of each diverging direction will be. Whoop, sorry. The hopes and fears of the future is the naivety or the fool. And this is, this is so the the term naivety here is for the actually technically for the fool in reverse. Um, the fool is somebody who charters out on new journeys. They just head out. They In the upright position, the fool is somebody who has made their plans and has thought about it wisely and knows what they're getting into. And I feel like that's where we're at in that 6 to 12 months. We know what we want as a country. How we get there might be a different story, but and to that end, we may have some naivety about that. We may have that pie in the sky vision for where we want to be, but there's still those strategic plans in place to move us forward. And then at the end of the 6 to 12 months is the Five of Swords card. And this is a card of betrayal. Now, I don't know who's being betrayed. us or the felon and the muskrat and the Grinch. The betrayal could be a mole inside their system who has been a whistleblower, who has testified against them. The betrayal could be what they have done to the United States and to other countries around the world. It could be all the above. And this card, I wanted a little more clarity on it, so I pulled three more. And what I have is the Three of Cups, which is a celebration, and then Justice. We all want that. And then the Emperor, a person of authority. So I feel like this is it is in regards to an internal whistleblower, and yet we're going to find out that we're the ones who were betrayed as well. So I feel like it's that double. All right, so let me pause for a moment. I'm going to flip the cards over and read the oracle side of these. I'll be right back. Okay, so at our center, we have a shakeup. Somebody is rocking the boat, crossed by perks, somebody who really loves that lifestyle. At the base is improvement of the situation, that's frankly good news. We need that. Energy passing away is that feeling of being bound and tied into everything that's going on. And I do feel that the felon in the White House is bound. Um, I feel like I highly suspect that he and many others are being threatened, and those threats are not empty. And I feel like that those threats are why a lot of representatives are doing nothing to take action against 45, because I feel like they're being threatened as well. And I also feel like that is not one particular party. I feel like one is getting hit the hardest, but I feel like both of them are experiencing those. At the top, overarching energy is being bought. We know we know who that is. He's been bought and sold and bought and sold and bought and sold and bought and sold. And in turn, he sells out others. Energy coming to bear is a transfer of power and duties. In the in the 0 to 3 month column at the top, which is normally what we call the house and the home, but it's the way they see themselves. This is somebody is setting somebody else up to take the blame. Not my fault. They did it all. They're feeling very protected and guarded, trying to hide themselves and hide important facts, which there are so many that come to mind right now. At the top of which, to me, is 45's health. I think there's a lot more going on than we've ever been led to believe. The hopes and the fears are how much has been covered up, how much of this administration is based on lies and deceit and thievery. And, this past week, the Grinch sold a huge amount of gold, I want to say it was $8 billion worth of gold. And also this last week, 45 talked about going to um, Tennessee, I think it is, Fort Knox, to look at the gold. Seems very coincidental that One is talking about our gold, and the other just sold a bunch of gold. Was that our gold? And if so, what does that do for the future of our country? That's probably another reading. Anyway, so at the base of this, there's always a story. There's always a cover up. There's always a lie. There's always a redirection, a misdirection, a misinformation, a disinformation, lies, more lies, and dirty lies. Take your pick. They're all the same. In the 3 to 6 month column at the top, um, they feel like they're going to escape unseen, like we're just, gullible fools, and we haven't caught on that they're lying to us, that all of that evidence is going to just disappear. It's not. It's still there. There are people who are going to tell the story. I did not say that knowing what this card said. There's a story to tell, and somebody's going to sing like a bird. Tweet, tweet, Tweedledee. All right. Showing my age. If y'all don't know, that is a song, I believe, from the 50s or 60s. The hopes and fears of the future is so this is 45's hope that we're unaware of the wrongdoing. And this is our fear of the future, that we don't know about all the wrongdoing. Please let it come out sooner than the usual 50-year mark. And the 3 to 6 month future is, I do believe that some of his corruption and his choices will be shared with the public. All right. And then at the top of the 6 to 12 month row, 6 to 12 month row is inactivity and going nowhere. Mm. Hmm. Boy, there's a part of me that hopes that's related to dirt naps. Um, others see the situation as a warning. Don't go this way, because there's some really big problems on that path. The hopes and fears of the future are that we are going to be, that we're not going to be able to repair the relations that we have with our allies around the world. And then the future in the 6 to 12 month range is the fact that this is going to be remembered for a long, long time. This corruption is going to be known. And so those 3 cards that I extended earlier, one of them is altruism, having good intentions for the new leadership if we get one. 2 was that somebody recorded that blackmail. And 3, somebody else wants an exit plan. They just want out. And I suspect that the wanting out, the exit plan, relates back to this, the inactivity, the end of this particular human existence and passing over into spiritual body. All right. So with some of these more stressful readings, I like to bring you back to a place of calm. And remember, there are always 2 basic emotions. One is fear and one is love. Everything else branches off of those. So I'd like you to take a deep breath in and let it out. You feel your body relax. Just let that stress go and fill any of that angst with joy, with love, with the knowledge that this too will pass. May feel like a kidney stone as it's going. It'll be a bumpy road, but we'll be all right. I want you to know that you are made of stardust and magic, that you are far more powerful than you realize, and that you are deeply loved. Bright blessings for the day. I hope you have a wonderful one. Bye bye now. Oh, please subscribe, like our video, and I hope you'll comment. We do read every comment and I do respond back to many. If you've got ideas, if you've got questions that you want us to read on, I'd be glad to do that. And if our political tarot isn't your cup of tea, we do read on some other things. Like we've got a couple videos out. One is on Aaron Carter. One is on Val Gunness, who was a, so this is better than political tarot. She was a serial killer in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. But anyway, we do have other topics. It's not just these. And then we have a whole playlist of meditations, and I'll be adding to those. If you have a meditation idea that you would like to see, let me know. Be glad to focus one towards you and towards others who are of the same mind as you. I think that's all I have today. Thank you all so much. Bye bye now.